welcome to Mind Your Business, a channel where we are in everybody's business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip. Well, people, Lateshia this season, I've just not been very impressed with her this season at all. I'm just seeing a side of her that I do not like. I'm like, what happened to your empowerment self? What happened to empowerment brunches? You're out here trying to call out Antoinette about her business. Let's talk about it, people. While going into my crew, let's talk about Belle Collective. So this week's been a busy week, right? So we've heard that, obviously, I said in my last recap how Aikisha and Willie had left the show. And now you've got Gucci announcing this week on her IG that her and JJ will not be returning to the show. So I'm like, why is Gucci leaving now? I'm like, okay, I get it. She did express that she felt a bit uncomfortable and unprotected before when she had her messy Mondays with Carlos that he has conveniently, privated and, makes sure people can't watch it. But I did get to hear it. And I did hear her say that she felt unprotected. And I've seen her talk about that in the media. But honestly, it's interesting to me that she decided to leave because I'm like, okay, I know there's a lot going on with your lot's family, but I didn't really want them to leave because I feel like Gucci's all right. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't feel like she should have left. And also it's interesting now to see what Selena will do because Selena has been the main storyline for them and for each other, essentially. So what will be her storyline now? So it's a shame that I feel like Gucci was all, Selena was an extra and now she's essentially allowed herself to be pushed off the show. Or she's ran off because Selena's coming on the show and she's ran off also because her friend Aikisha is also going. There's a lot going on there. I did hear her say, in a statement that she watched the reunion and she wasn't happy with the way, she came across or whatever else, which is fine because she was being quite antagonistic. But I wasn't surprised that she said she's going to leave. I just was hoping that she wouldn't follow suit. But I'm not that surprised. I feel like for Carlos King, people are leaving his shows left, right and centre at this point. But anyway, back to the final part of the reunion. So pick back up with Lateshia and Antoinette. Those two were going back and forth. Of course, you've got Lateshia who's squeezed up in her dress. To me, she's so squeezed up in her damn dress. It's tight up and she pressed up in her dress to the point where she's now just spitting out her bad vibes. Because I'm like, why are you just coming at everybody very angrily? Maybe that dress is too tight because what's going on? Anyway, so she's like going at Antoinette talking about, well, where's your business? It's no longer there. And I'm like, isn't she Miss Empowerment? How is she looking forward to tearing down someone about not having their business in her mind? Because she's thinking, she must have lost her business. But then Antoinette let her know that, no, she actually sold it for a profit. And I thought, well, good for her. But also, Lateshia, shaking my head at you because you're supposed to be Miss Empowerment. And this is what you want to do. You want to sit up on the stage and be smiling about the idea that another black woman's business is not there no more. Like, really? Anyway, I felt like Antoinette got her together, and this is why I do want Antoinette to join the show. She definitely can get her together. She definitely made me laugh because she definitely threw some shade at the show. She was saying how, she's basically on the show, she's not seen anybody, the ladies showing an abundance in their business. I'm just like, well, obviously she doesn't mean the trees. I don't think she means Aikisha or even Marie for that fact. I think that shot was really aimed at Lateshia. Because I feel like other ladies are doing their own thing and you can see that, but not as much because they do tend to show a lot of the squabbling and all the mix-up and the fussing rather than the actual business and then making moves. But like I said, Marie, Latrice, Aikisha, those three in terms of business, they do their thing. But Tambra, we know she's on radio and she does hosting, so she has her own little thing going on. But we know Lateshia, however, and her brunches and her now she's got brunch wear. I'm just like, yeah, okay, do your thing. But I feel like she gives the impression that she's bigger than she is. Now, Carlos was saying that he wants Antoinette to come back, and how does she feel about that? She was like, well, she's trying to leave Mississippi at the moment, but I feel like she should come back. It'd be good to have her back, and like I said, I'd like to see her deal with Lateshia a little bit more. Also, now that we've had two couples exit, Aikisha and Willie, and now JJ and Sophia, I'm pretty sure Carlos is going to wanting her to come on the show because what is going on. But I feel like he could just add her and they'd be all right because, they've got a lot going on between all of them. I wonder if he's going to bring in another person because if he's added Selena and obviously you've got Tambra, you've got Marie, you've got Latrice, you've got Lateshia and Antoinette, I think that still could work. Because it kind of bring it back to basics apart from, Selena wasn't there. Anyway, after that, we see the men join and I feel like it was funny because, you got Cliff who I find irritating, but he made me laugh when Carla said to him, so are you happy to be here? And he said he ain't too happy, but he's here. I was just like, all right, tell the truth. Say how you really feel. But I thought it was interesting when they decided to talk about the issues between Glenn, Willie and Cliff. I thought it was interesting when Willie was saying that basically Cliff's got a drinking problem and he doesn't look like he can be that kind of person. And I don't feel like Willie doesn't necessarily not like Cliff. I just feel like he feels like when he's drinking, he's a problem and he's an alcoholic. And maybe when he drinks, he becomes more cavemanish. Hence his comment about, it's not 1940s, like women can vote, like women can have an opinion. And, his little pig-headedness, I feel like that's a bit that Willie's trying to get at him. And also, I felt like it was interesting where Willie was coming from, because he kept saying, be a better man. And I thought, well, that's the point you should be taking on. I don't feel like there's no real beef there between those two, to be honest. I just feel like Willie sees that he has more potential and he's out here acting up like an old fool. That's the vibe that I get. But when it comes to Willie and Glenn, I feel like what JJ said was completely correct. Like, when you get to the point where you are disrespecting and you're playing too much and the play gets too disrespectful and you're calling a man bitch and Belle and all this kind of crap, of course it's going to go left. So I feel like that's what happened. And I thought it was interesting that Glenn was just trying to dodge it and act like, oh no, it's only because of you saying, suck my bells or whatever it was, or suck my nuts or whatever it was. But that wasn't it. Yeah, and you got Lateshia in the background blasting with her foolish ad-lib chatting about, oh, you got up and you did this. It's just like, shut up, Lateshia. You weren't there the whole time. You didn't even know your man had his own damn trucking business. So how do you know them two haven't had a flipping conversation separately? So just be quiet. But anyway, I feel like the whole Glenn trying to put it on, oh yeah, it's because of the nut coming, is a lot of bullshit. I felt like Carlos' hosting of that was a bit bullshit as well, because he didn't hold Glenn accountable in any of that. Like, he should have said to Glenn, at the end of the day, you were picking at Willie. And even when Aikisha came out later and says, well, look, you what was that comment about you saying how, he's in competition with Cliff because he's got a hot young wife and he's got Aikisha. He knows he was throwing shade. He's there trying to chat rubbish around that as well, chatting about, oh no, yeah, they're all beautiful women on the stage and all this bullshit. Just like, please, just shut up, because you didn't make no sense. You was being bad vibes, and that you and your wife are jealous of those two. That's what I believe, and that's what I say. That's it. That's how I feel about those two. I wasn't happy with Carlos bouncing around in terms of the hosting, and Glenn and his foolish comment about that. Anyway, then Willie and Glenn, so-called cleared the air and said that they're Gucci. Glenn and Lateshia, I just think, are an interesting couple, because when it came to Glenn talking about, oh yeah, he's quit his job, I feel like Glenn is enjoying being on the TV. He wants to be in the limelight. Like, he wants that kind of celebrity lifestyle. Hence why he wants to rap. He wants to do all these other things. Obviously, he doesn't want to rap at the moment. He's set up his truck business. So he said he's got this, he has quit his 9 to 5 and he's doing some truck box business or something, right? But when Carlos is trying to find out more information, why is the teacher jumping in and answering questions? It's giving nothing's really set up and you guys are just like, fumbling your way through. That's what he gave, because the way that she jumped in there was like, oh yeah, Pearson's logistics. And I was like, let the man answer the question. Like, it's giving, you're trying to make it look perfect and it ain't perfect. That's what it's giving to me. Now, so Gucci got it from Lateshia though. When they showed that little flashback of him talking about his celebrity crush being Megan Good and bringing up the fact that he got some DM from some Megan Good that wasn't the real Megan Good. And so Gucci said, oh yeah, well, you can't cheat with that one. Lateshia was not here for it at all. She was like, well, I heard your husband goes out the country to cheat. And so Gucci said, let him cheat in peace. And I said, what? And JJ's face looked like, I'm not even cheating. Like, what is this all about? It gave a bit of insecurity vibes to me from Sir Gucci, which made me think, okay, this is why you're out here chatting about, I'm here trying to be the perfect wife and trying to please your man, because I feel like maybe she's gone through some of that in the past and she's scarred and now she's carrying that with her. That's the vibe that I got from that one. Now, the unseen footage situation with Latrice and talking about this phone situation. Now, it was sad to hear about Latrice's nephew passing away, so that was obviously sad. But this whole phone situation sounds very mixed up, because she's saying that she traced the phone to Aikisha's area or her house or near her house. And she's sending Aikisha some texts about the phone, but she's being disrespectful to Aikisha in the text, chatting about antique-looking dummy. I said, oh, my Lord. Why did you need to go there, Latrice? Just leave it alone. Like, she's actually pretty. I don't think she's like a woman. What the hell? Anyway, Aikisha was saying that basically she hasn't got an issue with Latrice, and I thought that was good, because they both don't have an issue with each other, really. Obviously, Latrice is in her feelings because she wants the phone back, because it's her nephew's phone, he's not there anymore. And that whole story about Aikisha not having a phone, that to me made some sense, but a little bit sketchy, because how is it then now that you're chatting about your niece had it and threw it out the window? Who throws a damn phone out the window? Like, who does that? Wouldn't you just get back to production and be like, I don't know whose phone this was? Like, no, that bit doesn't add up to me. That bit didn't make no sense. I like Aikisha, but that didn't make no sense to me whatsoever. But I'm glad that her and Latrice were able to say, you know what, I've got nothing against you. And Latrice did the same thing. She said that she stands 10 toes down for Aikisha and will also support her business, but she was hurt about the whole phone situation. So I hope they've managed to sort that out now, because obviously this was filmed ages ago. Like I said last week, I felt like Latrice should have kept the allegiance with Aikisha. So I hope that she does get back on call with her, even though we know they're not returning to the show. Now, Lateshia and her bad vibe self sitting there with a tie-up dress, talking about she wants her out because she's only there in town for a few months and she's pushing her own agenda when they're all pushing their own agenda. That's the whole point of the damn show. It's just giving jealous. That's it. That's what she's giving to me. That's why I like that Aikisha told her you can't compete where you don't compare. So I was like, Aikisha basically cleared her the whole episode to me, and I was here for it. Aikisha held herself down, and she let Lateshia know that I ain't here for your foolishness. She's cool with all the other women, but Lateshia is not the one for her. And yeah, I don't really blame her. But where Miss Letitia's chatting about, you can't over talk me, you can't do this, I loved it. Aikisha was like, it's because you chat too erotic much, basically. That's all you do. Everyone knows that you chat people business. So yeah, I feel like Lateshia got what she deserved on that reunion for sure. And it was good to see at the ending that, Latrice and Marie were able to hug it out. So that was cute. But other than that, I feel like the reunion was actually good. It was a good season, although I feel like Carlos could have been much better in terms of hosting. There's a lot that he could have handled much better to me. But we'll see what happens in terms of next season and who they bring in as the new Bells and whatnot. Now, of course, I went to go check out social media to see what people were saying on there. Here are some tweets that had me cracking up. Okay, so you've seen those and you've heard what I have to say. Now, what are you saying about the show? Let me know your thoughts below. Yes, so thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of people's business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.